Good morning, one and all. Welcome to another edition of POV Live in the morning. And it looks like the client and his fake black wife are nervous. Because what would you call in the lawyers for? Hmm? What are you calling in the lawyers for a story if it didn't matter? And not only that, Harry even had to come out in People magazine yesterday. And now today, we find out they're calling in the lawyers. The thing is, there's been so many things that they could have called in the lawyers for. How many stories have we heard from whether it's Tom Bauer, Angela Levin, all these big names? What are they calling in the lawyers for now? Why? Because this one's true. How you doing, Lizzie B? Thank you so much for coming on this morning edition of POV Live. Also, I got to say, I always forget, like and subscribe and share the stream if you can. Demonized last live. Yes, they did. Demonetized. Yeah. It was literally 3 minutes after we posted it. So we'll see if this one, we'll see if this one gets demonetized. I think that this is very telling because why would he be doing this now? Why would Harry be calling in the lawyers for this story if, number one, if it wasn't true, right? I think you're talking about something that is true. I think this hit the nail on the head, this Andrew Lowney guy. And with this book coming out and what was talked about with Prince, I think we can actually, because the whole man with the island stuff is over because of the DOJ, I think we can say his name, but we'll keep it the king's brother, with Harry's uncle. I think that's what this means. That has to be what this means because he really is doing this and this is not a good look. And why would you be doing it, if there's nothing wrong? Because this is the way it goes with press, right? We all know that. You and I know that. When something comes out in the press, it's just a story. It's just something to make the press. But when it comes to something like this that we just found out with Harry and his uncle, and they're fighting about Meghan, and they fought in 2013, and Harry left him with a black eye, when something like this comes out, then the real game starts. You're talking about something where now, so Harry and Meghan don't like this one, huh? They don't like that this one's out there now because think about it. Think about all of the things that have come out with, as I said, the countless authors like Tom Bauer. Tom Bauer has come out with some pretty salacious stuff, right? Some pretty hardcore stuff, but we've never seen the client or his fake black wife coming out with the lawyers like they are about to now for this story. And you really think about it, it's because this is true. It's because Harry and his uncle, the king's brother, they really threw down. And Harry probably kicked his ass. And Harry doesn't want people to know that. Harry doesn't want people to know that his uncle knew Meghan. That's what it is. That's what it is right there. And we can all see it. And that's what they're doing. So as you can see right here, this is based out of Newsweek. This is literally just this morning. And we love the ads. We just love the ad. Look at that. Look at even worse. Oh, my God. We just love them. We love the ads. Calls in the lawyers over the Prince Andrew and Meghan fight story. Now, this is a big deal. In my opinion, this is a huge, massive deal because these people haven't done this in how long? When was the last time they called in the lawyers or said they were going to call in the lawyers for anything? Years. It's got to be years, right? This is an old way of thinking. And that's why I feel like that's what this means. It's true. Everything that we're looking at is true. That's what it is. How you doing, John Peter Martin? Thank you so much for coming in. Oh, Marin Sweet finally got a notification. Oh, yeah, quick on that. We are doing the lives every day now. So if you're not getting the notification, just unsubscribe from the channel and then resubscribe. And you should be able to do it because the lives are coming every morning and we're coming hard. That's what she said. The South Park, actually, we're going to talk about the South Park later in the week because it's supposed to be this week, Christy. The South Park is supposed to be this week. They said the people that were claiming that online, a quick comment on the South Park, they were claiming that week 3 of the new South Park season was going to be Meghan and Harry. So all of those YouTube channels that were claiming that before, right, all of them, Let's see. I love when Harry gets upset and sues. Well, when was the last time this has happened, Megan, like Reagan? It's been a long time, right? It's been a long time. And that's why I think that this is a big deal because this hasn't happened. So the fact that it's happening now, you know, it's interesting. Yeah, the new South Park episode, what was on it? I don't think it was Harry and Meghan, was it? So yeah, this one, of course, is Jack Royson. This was literally just hours ago. I believe this was at 4:30 in the morning. And here we can see the client and his fake black wife have sent legal letters to the Daily Mail over allegations of a fist fight and derogatory comments about Meghan. Lizzie B with the massive POV membership. Thank you so much, Lizzie B, for being here. And thank you so much for being here on this live on Sunday morning. And this right here, here's your problem. Why, here's the issue. If this wasn't a thing, right? If it didn't matter, if it was just a story, if it's just a story in a book, why are they calling in the legal people? And as I said, this is from Jack Royston. This isn't from some anti-Meghan and Harry. Jack Royston is the Meghan and Harry mouthpiece for a very long time now, right? In my opinion, I'm going to say it right here, right now. In my opinion, this now makes the story real. And Harry and his uncle did, in fact, fight. Harry's uncle told him that Meghan, Harry's uncle told him about Meghan. And this also goes into with William. Let's not forget, William told Harry, don't go too fast. Don't go too fast. Remember, William said it. So now multiple members of his family, Harry's family, have told him not to marry this woman. I don't know, man. I think this is a bad thing. I really do. This Andrew Lowney guy, I think that guy's been on Royal Mess. I'm not too sure. Entitled, paints a scathing portrait of Andrew as, no. However, it's the Two Idiots legal team who have been mobilized to respond to the allegations. See that right there? And this comes right after last night. We just had Harry, here, let's see if I can find that story. We just had Harry come out and deny the allegations last night. Here it is right here. See, when you have these two things back to back, I mean, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know why they're doing it. Because in my opinion, this makes it real. I think that was so stupid. Maybe because of the Andrew Meghan thing, right? Like what this seems like to me is like the media is now hovering over the target. That's what it is. So now that they're hovering over the target, the two idiots are going to send it because they want to get it off the target. But this is worse. You're making it worse. A message to Harry and Meghan talking directly to you. You're making it worse. This is not a good thing, and you shouldn't have done it. But then again, they always make the wrong decision. Why? Because this is probably from some type of emotional response. That's what it is. And that's because the passages suggest Harry and Andrew had a fist fight in 2013, and others stating the latter was dismissive of Meghan. And there goes that again. There's that again. Again, this guy, And I wrote a piece. I'm going to do a story on that later. Probably run the story on my YouTube, but I wrote a piece about how now this is the multiple members of the family telling him about Meghan, and it just seems, damn, this guy doesn't get it. What is his deal? So I'm guessing that's what this means, because you can't do this and expect people not to believe that this confirms whatever the story is. If the story wasn't true, then they wouldn't be using the lawyers. If the story wasn't true, then Harry wouldn't have gone to People magazine. See, that's what it is. That's the problem. And he doesn't even understand. Who writes the Newsweek articles? Probably Meghan, right? She talks to him in person or on emails. Extracts from the books were serialized Daily Mail. Now through Heems. Here it is right here. Harry's team told Newsweek they've called in the lawyers. So that means that what that means right there, what you're watching, what you're looking at, they called Jack Royston, or Jack Royston called them, because they've got the number, and that's what they're telling them. Harry's team told Jack Royston they've called in the lawyers, quote, such are the gross inaccuracies, damaging and defamatory remarks made to the Daily Mail story. I can confirm a legal letter from the client's counsel has been sent to the Daily Mail. Big, big, just, huge mistake. Big mistake. Stupid thing to do. I don't know why you did it. Well, obviously I do. Okay, fine. Hold on. How can we talk about this conspiracy without going too far? The conspiracy is that Meghan Markle was with the king's brother first, okay? And that's how she got to with the king's brother, right? And from there, she met Harry, right? Because they were following in the same circles. Meghan wanted a way into the royal family. That was her ultimate goal. Okay. Now, obviously, through the king's brother, because of his whole deal with the ex-wife, that wouldn't have worked. So Meghan, she had a dead end there. But she essentially, that is the conspiracy, that Meghan with the king's brother, and then from there, Harry got the sloppy seconds. That's the conspiracy, right? So now that we've passed that, and now you've got this guy doing this, I'm sorry, dude. I don't know what you want us to say. In my professional opinion, from doing this for so long and with being a public image, this was the mistake of the century, because now everyone's going to pick up on this. Everyone's going to know this is real. And by bringing in the legal letters and the legal teams, you're making it real. So in my opinion, now the whole between Meghan and Andrew, that's real. There's nothing you can do. This was a massive mistake, but it would have been very simple. Let the story go by. Let the book go by, right? But no, couldn't do it. He just couldn't do it, could he? You know, and this is what we're talking about. This is what we're talking about with the issues where these people, they always make the wrong decision, because something like this, it would have been like this. Watch. Oh, did you hear about that story in that book by Andrew Lowney? Oh, yeah, we heard about that story. That's crazy, man. With Andrew and Harry. Oh, yeah. And then what would have happened? Days would have passed, and that would have been it. And that's all it would have been. You know, and the story would have passed. The book would have came out. It wouldn't have mattered, and that's it. But now, oh, sorry, Sage, I didn't see you. You know we love Sage. Now, by bringing in the legal team, by busting out the legal letters, you basically screwed yourselves, both of you. You know, it's so ridiculous. Ugh. Burn. Massive burn. And this is what we're talking about. It's always the wrong decision. Saturday's statement also sent to Newsweek, meaning Jack Royston. Oh, man. Newsweek read, I can confirm Prince Harry and Prince Andrew have never had a physical fight. That means they did. Nor did Prince Andrew ever make comments he is alleged to have made about the Duchess of Douchebag to Prince Harry. That means they did. Stupid. Oh, somebody needs to talk to Harry and tell him to stop doing this. Oh. Look at that. I am all red. He just doesn't get it. You know, and I really feel that this is emotional. Look at that. I am all red, man. Just so stupid. I just don't get it. You have to stop letting your emotions get to you. Both of you people. I'm talking directly to Meghan and Harry. Because this happens every time they see a story that is in the Daily Mail or in the press altogether, and it's real, they have to go and do this. And why? I can't believe it. You know, and it's so stupid. And I bet you anything, Harry sits there bitching and moaning and complaining. Oh, I can't believe this, Meghan. I can't believe this. Can you believe they did this, Meghan? And she's sitting there. And every time he complains more and more, she loses more respect for him, right? Can you just shut up and pay this bill I need you to pay? All right, I got my as ever wine coming out, and it needs to be paid for. And he's just like, it's not a smart thing to do. It just absolutely is not. The two idiots filed repeated lawsuits in 2019 and 2022, but have not filed a single case since. See, and that's the issue there. There's another issue. You haven't done this in 3 years, 2022, 3 years ago, depending on the date, right? Just about 3 years. And now all of a sudden they do that for this? Come on, man. Great job. Great job. Congratulations confirming it to the world. And you know what's even funnier? They have Method Communications. Like, they have a very, very reputable communications team now, where you would think if they talked to the communications team and they said, oh man, this story, it's going to ruin us. It's going to do something. And Method Communications should be smart enough to tell them, no, two idiots, just calm down. It's okay. Nothing's going to happen. Just let the story pass, which is what they should have done, right? Let it pass. Let it go. The book will come out. People will forget about it and we'll get past it. But no, no. And even then, also, that thought just came into my head. This could be from Megan, because Megan saw it online and she went to go bitch at Harry and she said, you better take care of this. And she starts just hitting him and starts beating him. She beats him. She beats him. We all know that. She beats him. She gets all pissed off. You better take care of this right now. You better do it. You better do it. And she's going off on him, of course, with the wine. Glug, glug, glug. She's already about 11 champs deep, by 12 o'clock in the afternoon. So when she sees this story come out, this was yesterday morning, she's already wasted, man. She's already gone. That's what it seems like, right? Lofty. I mean, you're talking about Method Communications, and we just saw Harry leaks to People Magazine. Megan leaked to People Magazine twice in the last week. Okay. So we have really seen that these two people, they're not following the whole quiet control thing that Method Communications set up for them. They're not. Why? Because it's emotional. That's why. In the meantime, Harry has been slowly winding down the flurry of actions, having won some, lost others, and abandoned one. If the legal letter did turn into an actual lawsuit, it would represent a pivot back to a media strategy that the client was largely thought to have abandoned. Well, in my opinion, this is very simple to see. It's because it's true. That would be the only thing. That's the only thing, man. Because Method Communications should have told them that. They should have told Harry and Meghan, or sat them down in a meeting or on a Zoom call or some shit, right? Method Communications should have said, it's okay, chill. The story's going to come out and that's it, right? But no. See, these kind of things, these are the emotional responses that we get from these two people. This is real. This is real stuff, and this is why they can't handle it. They can't. It's Megan Like Reagan with the massive $2 super chat. Do you think Method allowed those beep pap shots? Well, they were sold to TMZ, in my opinion, because they had the, what do you call it? The TMZ watermark. I mean, the only thing you can say, because Method Communications has taken over now, the only thing you can say is that they allowed it. Same thing with this. Either that right there, either that they're going behind Method Communications back and not doing it, or they're not listening to their advisors again. That could be it. You got to remember that, because ultimately when Method Communications, let's not forget, from the end of May until the end of June, remember that little time where Method Communications was just hired. And they did, I think it was at least 3 or 4 weeks where nothing, it was just zip, right? And I ran a story on that, where Method Communications, I don't know what date that was. Let me see here. Quiet control. See, right here. Edited 25 days ago. You see that right there? Look, 25 days ago. So that's when that was. This is the Method Communications thing. Quiet control. That was the thing that they were doing 25 days ago. See, for about a month. So when they hired Method Communications all the way until mid-June to the end of June, they were silent. And that was what they were trying to do. But now, towards the end of July, and now that we're in August, you've seen it. They can't hold their tongues. They just can't do it. They leaked to Page Six, leaked to People Magazine. And I mean, yeah, see, her new PR team told her to hush. Yeah, when they barely hired them. But now we're over here, Christy. Now we're over here. This was in May and June. Now we're over here. You see the difference? And why? Because as time passed, Harry and Meghan couldn't take it. They're like, oh, we got to do it. Yeah, Meg, we got to do something. We got to respond. We got to respond. So then what happens? Harry sees this story that comes out on Saturday, right? And I got to respond to this. Or the other one that we said, Meghan saw it. And because Andrew made comments about Meghan, Meghan lost her shit. She lost it. You better. And Harry's just sitting there. What? What's wrong? I'm on the toilet. What? And she busted in the restroom. She busted in the restroom while he was taking a dump. And he's like, whoa, I'm trying to play Wordle on the toilet. What do you want? You better fix this right now or I'm going to beat you. I'm going to beat the shit out of you. You better call the lawyers right now. So then he does. So then he calls up People Magazine, tells them that it didn't happen, literally leaks to People Magazine. And then he calls up Newsweek. Literally leaks to Newsweek, lets them know about a legal letter. See, all of this is happening. And Meghan, she just can't. She can't. Maybe Meghan needs to get on a couple of pills or something. Get some of those pills. We know that she likes to drink all night. Lanny's biography. Harry and Andrew got into a heated argument, punches thrown behind Harry's back. According to a source close to both of the men, Harry told him he was a coward not to say it to his face. Harry got the better. Well, why can't you say that to your wife? Hey, Harry, why can't you talk like that to your wife, huh? Why don't you got any balls like that with your wife, you freaking loser? Harry told him he was a coward to say it to his face. Harry got the better of Andrew, leaving him with a bloody nose before the fight was broken up. Now, according to, let me see, do they have that photo here? I don't think this is a photo, but there is a photo, okay? There's a photo where this guy has it on his face, and you can see like a thing on his face, an older photo. So I think that's real. Later, Andrew told Harry his marriage to Meghan would not last more than a month and accused his nephew of going bonkers. Harry said that Meghan lets you do whatever you want. That's fine. Cut the stream. Cut it. Oh, man. Goes bonkers and not doing any due diligence on her past. See that sentence right there. It's basically like, bro, did you not know that she worked on yachts or what? What? I didn't do it. Harry knew. This is the thing. If even 1/10 of what we've heard about Meghan's past is true, all right, 1/10, there's no doubt in my mind she worked on yachts. And that's not a problem. I'm sorry. Like, I'm not saying it that Meghan worked on yachts and we're judging her for that. Hey, you got to do what you got to do to make some money, man. Just don't portray yourself as this perfect saint, Meghan. And that's her issue. She portrays herself as if she's perfect. Hey, man, everybody's got flaws. We all have made mistakes. Just not on yachts with rich men. He openly accused Meghan of being an opportunist. Is she not? But okay, fine. And thought she was too old for Harry, adding that his nephew was making the biggest mistake ever. The source said Harry later told William he hated Andrew. I hate him. I hate him now. Why? Because he told you the truth, Harry. Is Harry one of those people? Is he one of those people where if you tell him the truth, he's going to start crying and getting mad about it? Is that what it is? Okay. Now, to end off this live here, thank you so much for being here. Don't forget, like, and if you can, share the stream, or we're already done anyway. But thank you for liking and subscribing, and thank you for sharing the stream if you can. Thank you so much for being here on this morning live. To end this off, in my opinion, I got to say, this was a mistake. This makes everything real. And not only that, this story, remember, it's only saying that they called in the lawyers and they're supposedly sending a legal letter, right? That's all that the story said. I think that if this ends here, sure. Now, You can't take this back. You and I, we already have changed our opinion on this. This is real. The fight between Harry and Andrew was real. All of it is real. The comments made about Meghan is real. This just confirmed it, right? But I mean, maybe Method Communications will step in. Maybe they'll stop them, because this is not good in my opinion. And if I was someone at Method Communications, I'd be like, why is he doing this? Why? This is the dumbest thing you could do. Because from an optics point of view, as we've been saying the whole show, if you call in the lawyers, that makes it real. If you leak to People Magazine like he did last night, that makes it real. See? I'm going to end it off here. I believe this was the wrong move. Then again, they always make the wrong move. But if they end it here, this will be the end of it. If there's a lawsuit, dude, no. Now, as far as it goes for that book, hey, man, that Andrew Lowney book, I'm going to get it. Hell yeah, let's get it. Let's review it. See what it actually says. Because I don't think it's come out yet. But we're going to, yeah, this is the thing. Someone needs to tell Harry, someone from Method Communications, tell that man to just stop. Stop. Take a pill or take a Xanax. I don't know if I can say that word on YouTube. Take something, Harry. Calm down with your little emotions, because he's like a child, as you can see in the photo. He's like a child crying. Calm down with your little emotions, Harry, because if you take this any farther, it's only going to get worse. And that's the truth. So we're going to go ahead and end it there. Thank you so much for being here on this POV Morning Live. We will catch you next time.